Have you disappointed someone? Of course you have. I mean, we all have. But I mean, have you really disappointed someone? They were hurt or disillusioned by something you did or didn't do, and you've been ashamed of yourself ever since. Well, today I want to talk to you about a really important person in the Bible who was a huge disappointment. I'm talking about John Mark. He was the author of the Gospel of Mark, and he really disappointed people. In Acts chapter 13, it says that he was part of the group traveling with Paul and Barnabas on their first missionary journey. And in verse 13 it says, he went home to Jerusalem. No reason was given. But in Acts chapter 15, Paul referred to his departure as John Mark had deserted them. Now that is a loaded word. So we never really know for sure what was the reason for John Mark going back to Jerusalem, but I think he got scared. It must have taken incredible courage to travel with Paul. He was always getting into so much trouble. I bet John Mark just got tired of being beaten, chased, and jailed. But clearly, he was a big disappointment to Paul and Barnabas. And in chapter 15, it says he was even the cause of a major split between Paul and Barnabas. Imagine how embarrassing it would be to be the cause of the split of two of the most important missionaries in the New Testament. But the amazing thing is that later in Paul's writings, he actually refers to John Mark, and in 2 Timothy it says, please send John Mark to me because he's so helpful in my ministry. So obviously somewhere in their lives, John Mark earned Paul's respect and their relationship was restored. So, have you disappointed someone? Have you disappointed yourself? Do you think God's disappointed with you? And has Satan tormented you with the thought that you can't be forgiven and those relationships can't be restored? I want to encourage you today. John Mark was restored, and he was a public disappointment. God is just waiting to forgive your failures and restore those relationships. Stop writing yourself off. You can come back. God loves to restore his kids. To live a transformed life, you need to forgive yourself for past failings and step into the future that you have with Jesus. Now I want to hear from you. How has Jesus restored you from past failings? Just leave your comments in the box below because we want to hear your story. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my weekly email newsletter by filling out the subscription form, and you know where it is. It's right there. And I'll talk to you again next week, but this week, go easy on yourself, forgive yourself, turn the leaf, and be restored.